What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today is February the 3rd. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is focusing on today. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, don't really have that much. Jolt numbers were going to be the big deal for today, but because of the shutdown, it looks as though that they will not be released, which is rather unfortunate because that could have been a pretty good catalyst for the broader market if they were going to come in slightly negative. Aside from that, though, it's the market reacting to companies' earnings. And for the most part, the big names, they hit where they needed to. So I'll kind of go over that in a second. Fear and greed index is under the neutral category, meaning people's appetite for risk. Not necessarily there, but given the circumstances of what's happening, it is fair to assume that we might be moving back to the greed if, again, things kind of continue. And so anticipate that possibly early tomorrow. Aside from that, though, Dow is up slightly, 0.02, S&P 0.31, NASDAQ up 0.57. We also do have silver running up 12.23%, gold 6.12%. So all in all, like I said, the market is reacting to companies putting out their earnings. And last week, big one was going to be Microsoft. As I've obviously explained to you, they were pretty much the culprits why a lot of people started to really talk about AI bubbles. Another very high multiple stock is Palantir. So all eyes were on Palantir, and luckily enough, they hit a huge home run earnings, and so essentially the market's now calm, and so this is why we're kind of having a nice leg up. Aside from that, though, there's not really much else kind of coming out so far. PayPal is getting slaughtered, but again, it's all just companies' earnings. That's what's kind of moving things. Getting right to it, SoFi is up 3.58%, absolutely kicking ass early this morning. A lot of volume is getting in. On a side note, shorts are also returning, 320,000 shares, 9.08% of the free floats being shorted, works to be 112 million shares overall being shorted. Luckily enough, SoFi is recovering because it did break below the 200-day moving average yesterday, and usually that's a pretty big red flag. So SoFi is getting bought up and really pushing it higher. Right now with it at 22.90, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So 22.28 and then 23.84 is the next strong support as well as target. So definitely SoFi will be a good one to kind of get in today, because in SoFi fashion, based on the technicals again, every time it has these V-shaped recoveries, it kind of goes up a good 15% overall. So again, something to keep in mind over the next couple trading days. NIO is finally getting in on the action despite it going down a significant amount over the last 5 days, so down 5.04%. During the pre-market, it is up 1%. There's a couple of things that's come out operationally, so I'll share that in my dedicated NIO video later today. Shorts are increasing about 29,000 shares, 7.69% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 162 million shares overall being shorted. So shorts have been honestly holding on for dear life, and they've been, since December the 15th, there hasn't been any crazy move whatsoever. So I feel like shorts are kind of waiting for something to happen. So let me know your viewpoint on that. One weird thing that you can kind of see based on this is just the volume. So I don't know if this is a weird glitch or some institution did trade NIO or something, but definitely very, very weird. A couple key levels to watch for, though, with at 457. Trading between this pivot and this S1. So I'm looking at the 1 day, so these are very strong support and resistance. 450 is going to be that key level to watch for it to hold today, and then 485 is going to be the next strong target. Most likely that 485 won't be hit today, but hopefully over the next couple of trading days. In addition to that, we'll have that $5 range, and that's where NIO kind of bounced off of twice last week. PayPal. So I've never really been a fan of PayPal, in all honesty. I know a lot of social or like finfluencers pump it and whatever else, and I think that's just because it's one of the only kind of fintechs that are going down, but they flopped in their earnings. CEO is stepping down, so good to see Alex kind of out of the mix. So yeah, I think just PayPal needs to take another haircut and go down a little bit more for institutions to actually care about it. So it looks like it's going to be hitting a 52-week low for today. Shorts are returning about 61,000 shares. 4.64% of the free float is being shorted. Works to be 43.3 million shares overall being shorted. With it at 42 and change, it is below all the key fib levels. So 38 is going to be the next strong support. In theory, I think that's a little bit far-fetched, but most likely what is going to occur, only because, again, just the sector that PayPal is in, it most likely is going to get pumped by a lot of influencers as overreaction and whatever else. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see some sort of recovery throughout the trading day to around that 46.89, most likely. But still, the writing's kind of on the wall and it's getting slammed. Palantir is up. So as I kind of stated in my dedicated weekend videos, Palantir's earnings was going to be either the saving grace for the broader market or really just be the further demise, the second stab in addition to Microsoft. And luckily enough, Palantir hit a home run. And so, yeah, the market's really focusing on that. It's up 11.34%. Shorts are doing right now about increasing 8,000 shares. 2.2% of the free float is being shorted. Works to be 48.8 million shares overall being shorted. So shorts aren't really doing all that much in all fairness. But then again, as you can kind of see, shorts just generally don't seem to bother with Palantir. And rightfully so. Every time they've doubled down or tripled down, Palantir just says, F you, I'm going higher. So makes sense why shorts don't really want to mess around with Palantir. Right now with that 164, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 159 and 175 is going to be the next strong support as well as target. It was really during the overnight trading starting to really hover around that 158, 159 range. So I wouldn't be surprised if potentially that could be touched throughout the trading day. So if you are wanting to dollar cost average or maybe get in at the low, I would just watch for this pivot point. But if Palantir can kind of clearly stay above that level, then anticipate 175 over the next couple of trading days. And moving on, ticker is MAMO. It is down 60% because of this. So letter of intent to buy AI tech firm FST Development from, looks like about between 27 to 35 mil. Market cap of this company is 131. So that's a little bit more greater than the ratio. So clearly the market doesn't like that at all. Aside from all of that fun stuff, shorts are increasing about 1,000 shares. 1.67% of the free float's being shorted, works to be 82,000 shares. So even though this isn't heavily shorted, you can kind of see that there is a lot of FTDs, and it seems to be like consecutive, very much relentless. Of course, that doesn't always mean manipulation. There could be a lot of linkages to ETFs and things along those lines. Right now with it at 125, it is below all the key fib levels. So no different than Palantir. This sell-off might be justified, but I do feel it could recover to that 143. So that might be a pretty good day trade / swing trade. Let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.